Alright, sorry about that. Technical difficulties. We're back live. Aisha Perez. We're gonna let it fill up again. Let the class fill up. Give it like 2 minutes. We were talking about Second Esdras and about how Columbus founded America and how these so-called Europeans and these devils found America. And it's prophesied in the Bible that they would find America. It's prophesied in the Bible that all these things would have happened to the North American Indian. That all these things were going to happen to the Hispanics. That our heritage was going to be stolen from us, man. And we don't know that we won't know who we are here in America. So if you're watching right now, Aisha Perez, like, comment, share this video, man. Share whatever you want, wherever you can, man. Get this word out to our North American Indian brothers all throughout the reservations, man. From Canada to America to Central and South America. There are people that we're the lost tribes of the nation of Israel. That we're the ones that they hate the most, but we're God's loved, man. We're God's chosen. We're the Most High's most precious gem, man. That's why the title of this class is The Hidden Gems. The Hidden Gems of America, man. Which is you, North American Indian, Hispanic, black man and woman and child. But why don't they tell you that? Because they want you to stay under, man. They want you to be hated. They want you gotta realize that it's psychological warfare. If you don't know who you are, if you're taught to hate yourself, if you're taught to keep yourself in a submissive state, you'll never rise up. You don't even know who you are. How you ever gonna stand up against the so-called oppressor, man? If you don't even know who the hell you are. Give that to me, if you could. We're in Deuteronomy right now. Because we was pulled in Lost Tribes in Promised Land, where it talked about that a nation from far would come to kill the Israelites, and that was a prophecy that Columbus brought out. You wanna know why? Because he read the Bible, and it says it in the Bible. Go ahead, I'll give it to me.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
It's talking about the so-called oppressor, the European, the colonizer. He came from the end of the earth. While we're over here chilling in America, trying to follow the Lord's laws, he came from the end of the earth. Continue.
As swift as the eagle flieth.
As swift as the eagle flieth, man. Representing the nation of America. You're representing Esau. That's their national bird because they know who they are. You go look up time and time again. The Roman Empire. They had the eagle. The Nazis, they had the eagle. Who else? The Greeks. There was one more nation. I can't remember who. It was the Greeks, the Romans, the Nazis, the Polish flags.
Spaniards.
The Spaniards. That's who it was. The Spaniards. They also used the eagle to represent them as a nation. That goes to show you who this Bible is talking about. And you'll see it time and time again. The eagle used to represent the so-called oppressor, Esau in the Bible. That's his name. He ain't no Caucasian. He ain't no European. The European, the ones who used to rule Europe, are the ones you know now as the Hawaiians. You understand? They got kicked out their land and slaughtered by the dozens, and now he controls Europe. And then the so-called black man, they took Europe during the Dark Ages. That's why you go look up the Dark Ages. The reason why it was dark for the so-called oppressor is because he was in bondage. Because he was pleading to the Israelites. That's why that way you got the stories of the Moors and the Knights of the Round Table. All that's what niggas, man. The so-called oppressor, he ain't got the heart to put on that armor. He ain't got the spirit to be masculine like that. You gotta look at all his pictures. All those gay pictures from the Renaissance era, man. That was gay. All wearing tights, makeup, powdered wigs. That's gay right there, man. You already know how the so-called oppressor gets down, man.
That's
Continue.
Right. As swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
And we didn't understand his tongue till he forced us to learn it. You go look it up. The so-called North, they want to talk about that North American Indians and the Hispanics didn't go into slavery. Look up the missionary schools, man. The missionaries were set up all throughout America, and they stole North American Indians, or they took prisoners of war and threw them in these so-called missionaries, where they forced them to learn their religion, their tongue, and took everything about them that remained native, meaning they cut their hair. You see how I got my hair? My hair is long. That's showing the pride of the North American Indians. That's all throughout the Bible. King Solomon with his locks, with his braids, that's biblical.
That's
so
right.
What they did, they cut their hair. That's why you got what they call it today, the Caesar cut, the edge up. That's why it's called a Caesar cut, because it comes from the Romans. It comes from the so-called white man. Now you here in America still trying to do the same thing, trying to edge your fade up, not knowing you're colonized. Now I will say this: if you're a brother and you want to cut your hair low, that's fine. Don't do it bald out. Don't get no line up. Right. If you want to keep it low, that's fine. You know, preferences. It's not a law to keep your. It ain't a law you got to keep your hair out. It's just part of the culture. That's it. That's all. I just wanted to say that. I didn't want no brother that keep their hair low come at me. I just had to say that real quick. But they took it. They took everything from the North American Indian in these missionary schools. You know what else they took from you? Your God. The same way they did black people on the slave plantations, they did to the North American Indian. I remember reading one book that they even took their clothes away. You wanna know why? Because you see me, right now, I got fringes on my pants. I got fringes right here. Fringes, I'm wearing boots. That's part of the culture, man. That's part of our heritage. And they took that away from us. Why? To show, they took our culture away, they took our heritage away. Why? To give us theirs. They made them wear Spanish clothing. They made them wear the clothes. Like us, we wear garments. That was our time. We would wear glorious garments to every event. The North American Indians, they still trying their best to hold on to it. You see at the powwows where they be there with their jingle dresses and with their, I believe called square dance. I can't remember what it's called, with the brothers with their fringes, man, and their outfits, and those are glorious.
That's right.
They be stunning on me, and I'm one of them. I'm like, damn, it'd be your own tribe. You know what I mean? Because they still holding on a little more to the headbands, the headdresses. Those are Israelite culture. You can find that in the Bible. But how come you don't know that? Because the Spaniards, the English, the French, they stole it out of you. They raped it out of you. They beat it out of you. And they gave you York, and they gave you their culture. Any more on that?
Kano Khan.
Go ahead.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce continents, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
No what?
Nor show favor to the young.
Isn't that America? When the so-called oppressor came into America, he slaughtered the old, he slaughtered the young. He took babies out. The Spaniards, they were taking babies, Hispanic babies, Mexican babies, Puerto Rican babies, and bashed them on rocks. He took, when he was out there during the Trail of Tears with Andrew Jackson, any mother that was giving suck or a baby was crying and slowing them down, the soldiers was ordered to take the baby and throw them against the trees, man. That's why you read in, I believe it's Psalms 137, it says, happy shall thy be when we shall bash thy little ones against the stones. I'm paraphrasing, but that's a vengeance scripture of the Lord. That scriptures say this, that in this time he shall send for many hunters. I'm sorry, he shall send for many fishers. That's what our job right now. Our job is we fish. We fish. We go out, we got camp Saturday. We're going to be back on the street corner fishing our people out this hellhole. And there's going to be a day when he sends for many hunters, man. There ain't going to be no more fishing. There's going to be hunters looking out for bloodshed. We're going to drop that. Give me Psalms 2 and 2. We're going to get it in the Bible, how they confederate against the children of Israel. How they had counsel against us. Y'all heard about the so-called Illuminati, what else? The secret order, the New World Order, secret societies, all that. That ain't no joke, man. But here's the thing. You don't know who they are. You don't know who they truly are. All those, the Vagabonds, DuPonts, the Gettysburgs, the Rothschilds, all of them, they don't even know what they got coming, man. There's one's even above them, the 666 white men that run this entire planet and earth have stripping your culture away from you, has stripping your heritage away from you. And we're going to get it in the Bible. I ain't going to lie to you. I ain't just going to sit here and make things up. I'm going to give you the proof that we got.
That's right.
Go ahead, give that to me. All right.
Book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 2.
If you could drop Lost Tribes in Promised Land too. You ain't got to save it.
Kano Khan. Book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together.
Now it's saying this, that the kings of the earth, the rulers of this earth, they took counsel together, meaning what? And they had a meeting. What's that? That's your United Nations meeting. Niggas ain't got no seat at the United Nations. There ain't no, I'm Commander Jay Hanna. I stand for the nation of Israel. There is none of that. There is no seat for the North American Indians in the United Nations. But yet y'all claim to be a sovereign nation. How you a sovereign nation within a nation? How you a sovereign nation when you sitting on reserved land that they gave you? You ain't sovereign, man. You're his dog, and and this is him throwing you your kibble, your crumbs. Just like he gives black people Section 8 and food stamps, he gives the North American Indians reservations, and he takes it back whenever he wants. Out there in Canada, they was building a pipeline, man. I will never forget this story because they was building a pipeline out there in Canada through Native American Indian land. The natives said, y'all ain't gonna build this pipeline through our land. You're gonna pollute the earth, pollute the water. And guess what? They sent Canadian mountaineers up there and slaughtered innocent Native American Indians right here in 2020, man. It's 2020. Donald Trump, during the coronavirus, he stole Native American Indian land. I believe it was out there, what, in Massachusetts? In Boston, he stole their land. They got a call up. They're thinking, oh man, damn, Donald Trump finally worrying about us. We're having so many deaths. Thank God, Donald. And they're like, yeah, y'all got till Friday to get all your things and leave. And I'm not joking. This is literally what happened. You can go read the reports where the Native American chiefs are there like, oh man, Most High in Christ. We're finally getting some stimulus, some relief. That's what, not stimulus. Some relief from the virus, man. Most High in Christ. The government's calling us up, and they calling them up saying, I got till Friday to pack your bags and leave before we show up there with troops. That should show you how much. And y'all wonder why we call this man the devil. The so-called North American Indians, we famous for. What they say? Pale face, speak with forked tongue.
That's right.
Saying what? The white man is the devil, man. The European, the colonizer, he is the devil. He's the deceiver. He can't be trusted, man. Should say this, because like iron hit his hate rust. Meaning like the more time goes on, the more he's gonna hate you. And you can see it here in America. He got damn babies in dog cages, man. He got little Hispanic babies, 2, 3 years old, barely can talk, in dog cages, pissing on themselves and using the bathroom and urinating all over the goddamn place. But look, God forbid, it's a dog out. It's a dog. Seeing that they kicking the door. They sending the SWAT team, the FBI, the CIA. It's all. How dare you do that to a dog? But because it's the Mexicans, because it's the Argentinians, the people of Chile, the Salvadorians, who gives a damn? Puerto Ricans, man. Who cares about the pork chops?
Come on, sir. Precept.
Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The word of his mouth was smoother than butter. This that smooth talk he came doing to the North American Indians. When he came here, the North American Indians showed him how to live. They showed him how to survive in the wilderness. They showed him how to live life here in America because it's so different from Europe. It's not the same here from there. So they showed him how to survive. But his words were smoother than butter. They said when Montezino, when Cortez came out there to Mexico, he made it seem like he was just down an expedition, man. Like, oh yeah, I just came here to check the sights. This is a nice place y'all got here. Continue.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
But what?
But war was in his heart.
But war was in his heart. Cortez played that smooth talk. He was like, yeah, man, this is a nice place y'all got here. Oh, yeah, man, I love this. Oh, that's nice. But deep down inside, the war was in his heart. Because as soon as he found the Aztec cities, he slaughtered them, man. He took all their treasures, all their gold, all their silver, all their rubies and gems.
That's right.
He took the gold out their mouth. A lot of people don't know that the Aztecs had grills. Just like it says in the Book of Solomon. It's like it says in, I believe it was a Song of Solomon, where it says his cheeks was filled with gold and rubies, man.
That's right.
That's same with the Aztecs and the Mayans, but they want to paint y'all as savages. Why? Because, what's it called? Manifest Destiny. Manifest Destiny, that's why. Because Manifest Destiny, they can justify killing the whole damn tribe. They can justify stealing the land. They can justify the slaughtering of over 100 million North American Indians. Why? Because they savages, They savages. They needed to be conquered. They needed to be colonized. I'll never forget the day I had a debate with the devil. I was young. I was young in this truth. I was having a debate with him. I said, man, what y'all did, y'all evil. What y'all did to my people is horrible. You know, this devil looked at me, he said, y'all just lost the war. Get over it. What war, man? The North American Indians, they came and greeted the so-called oppressor with open arms, even though they were fighting amongst each other. The North American Indians, tribes were murdering each other, slaughtering each other. And they accepted him with open arms. He said, come, you know, it's fine, Mr. Whiteman. Yeah, come on. Show them how to hunt. Show them how to kill. Show them how to survive. Show them how to plant crops.
That's right.
And he turned around and stabbed him in the goddamn back. Why? Because he's the devil, man. Continue.
His words were softer than oil.
And his words were softer than oil. He made over 177 peace treaties with the North American Indians. Each one. All right, this time, I ain't gonna do it no more. He was there at 176, like, yeah, guys, that's it. That's it, 176. Y'all keep that land, we keep this land. I'm done taking y'all land. Y'all good. Boom. 177 came around. But goddamn, we back where we started at. He did it. 177 peace treaties he made with us, and every single one he broke. The North American Indian, you go look at at a map of the tribes map of North America prior to colonization, and look at it today. The tribes are nothing but barren, man. They're stuck. It looked like this is supposed to be their land, and there's no remnant. You can't even find a North American Indian nowadays. I'm a rarity. I'd be walking around the streets of Illinois and Chicago, and people be like, are you native? Oh my God, you're native. Oh, you're native? Why? Because I'm like a damn specialty around here. Because my people, they're made to be extinct. It's like seeing a goddamn UFO. You know what I mean? It's a rarity.
That's right.
Because you've been damn near hunted to extinction, man. That's why Lamentation says this. They hunt our steps. They pursue us in our streets, man. Go ahead.
Yet were they drawn swords.
Yeah, well, they drawing sword. He over here talking all that sweet talk. Whole time he's behind his back pulling his gun out. Pulling his sword, ready to kill the so-called North American Indian. Ready to kill the black man. And he done this time and time again, man. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. It is what he done since the beginning of the earth, man. Since Cain and Abel. Continue. They on that?
Come on, sir, that's it on that.
Yeah, you give me Psalms 2 and 2 now.
Come on, Book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying,
against who?
His anointed.
Who's his anointed? The anointed is the children of Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. They take counsel against his children. Continue.
Saying, let us break their bands asunder.
Let us what?
Let us break their bands asunder.
Bands. You know what the bands represent? Is what holds us together. Our culture.
That's right.
The North American Indians and black people and Hispanics, we had bands that connected us. The Hispanic, it was the culture and heritage of us being Israelites. You can see the heritage of Manasseh, the heritage of Reuben, Gad, Ephraim, and that's what held us together. But the so-called oppressors, they took counsel amongst themselves. And they said, nah, man. They said, we're going to cut their bands off. We're going to cut their culture off and everything that holds them together. Read.
Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
Meaning, let's hide their heritage. Let's throw away what holds them together. Let's throw away their history and their heritage. And we're going to get it. Give me Black Indians. Good. Page 13. Because it touches on this in Black Indians. Are you familiar with Black Indians, Art?
No, sir. Salakia.
You know, you good, no sweat. It's the second paragraph where it says to prevent Africans and Native Americans from uniting.
Kano Khan.
Because what this touches on right here is Black Indians is a heavy book, man. If y'all haven't read Black Indians, I heavily suggest every North American Indian reads that, especially if you think black people aren't your people, man. I read that book, I was damn near amazed. Because the North American Indians, it says right there, they built what they called maroon settlements. Meaning that the so-called North American Indians, they were sitting here in America and they saw black people being taken into slavery, and they were also in slavery, and they were like, you know what, man? This black man, he's in the same predicament as me. He's being enslaved by this colonizer. I should join forces with him. And that's where the maroon settlements came from. Fresh off the boat, niggas fresh off the boat, speaking to the North American Indian. How you think they did that? Because they both spoke Hebrew.
That's right.
They brought black men from the west coast of Africa. How the hell are they gonna know how to dialogue with each other? How are they gonna know to make maroon settlements with each other? Hell, it talks about in Black Indians and North American Indians were riding in on slave plantations, man, on horseback, with guns and tomahawks and bows and arrows to free the so-called African Americans. And you gonna tell me they not your brother? You gonna tell me that this tribe chart is wrong? Man, ain't nothing wrong, man. The ISUPK, we got the truth. That's why we'll always be known as the home of the truth, man. And can nothing come up against this. Ain't nothing you can say or do. The takeover's in full effect, man. It's either accept it or get out the way. Plain and simple. Give me that, all right?
Khan, Book of Black Indians, A Hidden Heritage by William Loren Katz.
Go ahead.
Page 13. To prevent Africans and Native Americans from uniting, Europeans played skillfully on racial differences.
They what?
Played skillfully on racial differences.
Racial differences, meaning, let's say I got this brother with me here today, a young man. Me and him, we don't look alike. I'm gonna keep 100 with you. He got a whole different skin complexion. They'll take that and they say, you know what, man, that brother, you saying that's your brother right there? You see how dark he is compared to you, man? That ain't your brother, man. That ain't your brother. He'll look at him and look at me and say, and go to him and be like, hey, you see that kid over there? He can't even grow a beard. How's that your brother, man? He played skillfully on racial differences, just like he did out here in Chicago when they were out there in Cicero, and the so-called Hispanics were rioting. The so-called white man, he was playing sides. He was telling the black men this, and he was telling the Hispanics that. Why? So they would continue to fight each other. So they would continue to kill each other. Continue.
Khan, sir, and if I may,
go ahead.
I believe they call it divide and conquer. Khan.
Right, it's a military tactic. It's called divide and conquer. The way you divide a people, the way you truly destroy people, is by dividing them and making them fight each other. Then what? If they're too busy fighting each other, then they'll never put their guns up against you.
That's right.
And you know what's funny? Not only did they do that to us here in America, they did that to us during the fall of Jerusalem. They had the Israelites, they had two different political parties fighting against each other. And so the Romans, they just sat there and watched, and they fueled the fire. They said, all right, here, this side, take some weapons. Here, this side, take some weapons. And then once they were damn near destroying each other, the Romans moved in. The Romans came in and took Jerusalem. And then and took everything out the holiest of holies. Took the menorah. We had a damn near 10-foot menorah up to the damn ceiling, man. Damn Romans came and took it. Burnt Solomon's temple to the ground. Go ahead.
Khan. To prevent Africans and Native Americans from uniting, Europeans played skillfully on racial differences and ethnic rivalry.
Notice how it says skillfully. The so-called European, he did that because he's a snake in the garden, man. The snake in the Garden of Eden. That's why it says now in the book of Revelations that he grew to a great dragon.
That's right.
Because he started out as a small serpent, man, just wiggling around, you know. And now he's a great dragon. You want to know why? Because he was ear hustling us. He was telling the North American Indians lies about our black brothers. Tell black people lies about the North American Indians. And he still does it to this day. That's why you'll never see a North American Indian, one that don't with no knowledge, say, oh yeah, black people my brother. No, they'll be like, black people, they're buffaloes. They was buffalo soldiers. And they were coming on the reservation, raping and killing our women. And then you'll tell a black man that Native American, his brother, he'll be like, man, Native Americans own slaves. Let's touch on that as well. Go ahead.
Kano Khan. They kept the pot of animosity boiling.
You know what animosity is? Hatred. They kept hatred boiling between us. And we're over here, we're planting crops. We're over here living in our own societies together, not even have to worry about the so-called European. And so what he did, he played skillfully and made us hate each other. He kept it stirring. He would make small differences turn into beefs, man. That's why you see in America we got so many different gangs, because he did the same thing to the blacks and the Hispanics. If he keeps the gangs going, then you gonna kill a black man because he's in the wrong neighborhood.
That's right.
Because you gonna kill a Hispanic because he wearing the wrong color. Because he's a Latin king. Because he a vice lord. Because he a 2-6. The same thing here in America they done back then and done during the time of the Romans. He's a deceitful bastard, man. Go ahead, continue if you could, huh?
Whites turned Indians into slave hunters.
Turn what?
Into slave hunters. And
That's why you see the Harriet Tubman movie. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a part where they have a Native American Indian bounty hunter that hunted slaves. They showing that, portraying that. Why? So you can say, man, the North American Indians, they own slaves. They hunted slaves. They're not my brother, man. He hunted us. But you're going to go hug some damn Nigerian that sold you to the so-called white man, man.
That's right.
I don't realize, man, they divided and conquered you. Go ahead.
Whites turned Indians into slave hunters and slave owners, and Africans into Indian fighters.
That's why you got the so-called Buffalo Soldier. I don't know if you ever heard that Bob Marley song. Yo, Buffalo Soldier, stolen from Africa. That's what it's talking about. It's talking about the so-called black men that they were here in America and made the fight in the so-called white man's army, and they were made to fight against the Hispanics. They were made to fight against the North American Indians. They were made to slaughter and kill them. Why? Because divide and conquer, man. Now the North American Indian one to say, man, that's my brother right there. Look what he's going through. That's my brother, man. That black man, he's going through my struggle. We're family. Now he says, man, that damn nigga over there, he ain't my family. He ain't my blood. He ain't my brother. Why? Because he slaughtered us. He was a Buffalo Soldier. He took our land. He helped the so-called colonizer. Same with the North American Indian. Now you got black people saying that, you know, Indians, they ain't our people. But yeah, every black person want to claim they Cherokee. Oh yeah, man, I got Indian in me. I remember I was at the slavery like 2 days ago. This brother told me, man, he was like, you got Indian in you? It was a black brother. I was like, yeah, I got Indian in me. He's like, man, you should be sitting there. You shouldn't even have to be here. You should be sitting at home collecting the check. I looked at him, I said, you should be too.
That's right.
He said, damn right. That right there, man, is now you seen the awakening. Now you seen brothers are coming out their sleep. That's why it says what? Arise ye, O Israel, out of slumber. I'm paraphrasing. Arise ye and pour on your glorious garments.
That's right.
What's that glorious garments? The knowledge of the Lord. Now is the time. Now you even got Ice Cube talking about we the lost children of Israel.
That's right.
Where do you think you learned that from, man? The Israelite School, UBK, man. Ice Cube, man. They're going out to you. Pay your goddamn tithes. Pay your tithes, command your honor. Pay your tithes, man. Just like I remember this old classic tape, man. I'm gonna have to show it to you one day, of Head Priest Shia, and he was talking about Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson, and Bill Cosby, and he told it was back in the '90s. It was like, hey man, y'all better get y'all act together. Y'all know who we are. Pay your tithes, or the Lord's gonna give y'all hell.
That's right.
What happened to Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson OD'd, died a drug addict, had all those child abuse cases come out on him. What happened to Bill Cosby? Bill Cosby was locked up. He's still doing time, if I'm correct, for roofing them ugly women. I don't know how he roofed them. It's a lie. Like, you gonna roof you someone, man. God damn. Like Bill Cosby, what's wrong with you? That's why the Lord punished him, man. Because he met us out there in New York. Who else? Mike Tyson. What Mike Tyson get locked up for? I forgot. He got locked up. I believe it was for sleeping with white women. Something like that. Michael Jordan. I can't remember. I can't recall it. But Head Priest Shia did that back in the day, man. I'm going to find that old tape. That was a classic right there, man. That thing was beautiful. It was instrumental to me coming in the truth. I saw it, man. I said, man, that's no different than what we do today. Charge the rich, man. That's what the scriptures say. Charge them that are rich in this world. That's what we're doing. Ice Cube, pay your goddamn tithes. Kendrick Lamar, pay your tithe.
That's right.
Who else? There was someone else talking about. It was Israel. Who? They just did an interview with him too.
Salakia, Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony. Better pay your tithes, Carmelo.
That's right.
I ain't playing these games, man. Pay your tithes and commanding John Yohana. Because if it wasn't from the Israelite school, UPK, you wouldn't even know you're an Israelite. It goes to everyone out there. I met brothers on the reservation that know they're Israelites. They're like, yeah, we're Israelites with the tribe of Gad. I'm like, Most High Christ. Get ISUPK, pay your tithes. They said, what? I said, you Most High Christ. You know, you're an Israelite, but it's more than that.
That's right.
We built a nation up in there. I seen Commander John firsthand pay bills of brothers, man. Brothers that ain't got no light, the lights are cut off in their house. They said, man, it's a lot, kid, sir. Can I get a phone request from the school? Hell, I got offered. My mom was going through some things. I was living with my mom's, and the man above me, they said, "What? You need a grant? Do you need some funds put up, and you need a loan?" I said, "Man, I get that." He said, "Of course you get that, man." Command Johanna, he puts food. Y'all ain't sleep. I don't know if you was here, but we had baby products up to the ceiling. Command Johanna gave those away. Food. We had food stacked to the ceiling all back there. You couldn't even get through there because we had food stacked to the goddamn ceiling. We gave it all away. That's what Command Johanna doing with your tithes. He's not Creflo Dollar. He's not like your Sunday preacher, your Catholic priest.
That's right.
He's not gonna take your money and buy a Rolls Royce or a BMW or Mercedes Benz. Man, Command Johanna chose to drive the car he drives. He chose to live where he lives. He could have lived anywhere he wanted with these damn tithes like what Christian preachers do. You see, they got mega churches in every corner in the goddamn hood, man. But Command Johanna, he puts that money towards us. He puts the money to the children of Israel. Why? What the scriptures say. Christ said this: if you clothe them, you clothe me. You feed them, you feed me. That's what Command Johanna did, man. And when I saw that, I said, I gotta follow him. That's a man I can stand behind. You know, he said, you my brother. The North American Indians, they my family. The Hispanics are my family. I said, well, goddamn, I gotta join now. He literally saying it. But any more on that? Yeah, Khan, go ahead.
Khan. Light-skinned Africans were pitted against dark-skinned.
That's why you see this debate nowadays. Team light skin, team dark skin. So gay. But that's why you see that debate today. Even now in latter times. You got people talking about, some man, the Hispanics ain't our family. Look how light they are. The Native American Indians ain't my family. Look how light they are, man. I know Native American Indians as dark as you, man.
That's right.
I know Hispanics as dark as you. But here's what so Al-Sar Gabar. Al-Sar Walam, he about my skin shade with green eyes. Is he not Israelite? I'm drop the mic. That's your class clip. You know what I mean, man?
That's right.
Because the scriptures say this about the nation of Israel, that we're a speckled bird. A bird of many colors, man. We got 12 different tribes in here. What's the point of having 12 tribes if we all look the goddamn same, man? We all got our own vibe, our own way we handle things. That's why you go to Mexico, what? You get tacos, you get salsa, you get corridos, you get all that. You go to Puerto Rico, you get reggaeton. You get Puerto Rican rice. It's so fire. You get that Puerto Rican rice. Then you go to the reservation. You get the traditional dances. You get the fried bread. And you go with black people. You get the fried chicken. You get rap music. You know what I mean? But yeah, continue, Art.
Light-skinned Africans were pitted against dark-skinned.
And that's what they do to us even here today. Not only against the so-called black men, but against the Native Americans and Hispanics. They pit us against each other by saying, look, man, y'all not even the same skin complexion. If I had $1 every time I was at camp, and they were like, what are you doing here? They all black, man. You one white boy here. I'd be there like, man, if I could get on the mic right now, you better believe I would blaze you out. I would check the life out of you, but you know what? I'm a soldier. I'm a hold post and act like you don't exist. Because you don't. But go ahead.
Free against enslaved.
Go ahead.
Black Indians against pure Africans. or pure Indians.
That's what you see nowadays. You got brothers talking about some, hey man, I'm half native. Native American Indians looking at them like, man, you ain't native. You black. They'll get offended. But they'll accept some blue-eyed, blonde-haired Delta sitting in their native council talking about some, oh yeah, man, he native. He 164th Cherokee, man. He got the papers to prove it. Now realizing that back in the day, it was called a quarter Indian, 50-cent Indian. Back in the day, in the early 19th century, they were giving land grants to North American Indians. And guess who took advantage? The so-called oppressor. All it took was 25 cents, 50 cents, and you got to be 50% native. You're 25% native. Now you can go buy land. And you'll accept them devils that got the paperwork and can prove that they're so-called native, when in reality, man, they're devils. Devils just like the rest of them, man. But you'll decline your black brothers. I know so many brothers in here that got Native American fathers. Captain Sockoward, his father, his great-grandfather is a North American Indian. But you won't believe it now today because he's black, he got a beard, he's dark. You'll look at him and be like, man, there ain't no native. That's a nigga right there. Wonder why we mix amongst the nations, man. That's why the Lord said, like I just said, we're a speckled bird. Any more on that, Art? No, that's it. Drop that for me. And which one do I want? We're going to get Psalms 83 and 1. Get Psalms 83 and 1, get one more chapter. Yeah, give me Psalms 83, verse 1. Get that, and then we're going to get one more verse, and then we're going to head out.
Khan.
That's why it's so important, man. If I could, slightly, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's why it's so important for North American Indians. You get in these classes, man. That you get with the ISUPK and realize your lost heritage and realize who you are here in America. Go ahead, give me that out.
Khan, Book of Psalms, chapter 83, from the top. Keep not thou silence, O Most High.
Keep not the silence, O Lord. Keep not the silence, the Most High Power, man. Our Creator. Don't keep your silence, meaning don't look at what they're doing to us and don't do nothing. That's what this prayer is. This is a prayer in the book of Psalms. That they're praying and they're saying, Lord, don't keep your silence. Do something. Go ahead.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace. Meaning don't just sit there and let it happen. Go ahead.
And be not still, O God.
And be not still. Let's see why he said don't be still. Go ahead.
For lo, thy enemies make a tumult.
Go ahead.
And they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Meaning they made tumult, meaning like they made an agreement. They made a problem. They've lifted up the head. You want to know why it says lifted up the head? Because they're supposed to be like this. When a North American Indian or Hispanic or a black man walks down the street, they're supposed to keep their head down. Because you're royalty. They're supposed to sit there like this, bow their head till you walk past and then lift it back up.
That's right.
But now they walk up like this, prideful. They've lifted up the head. Why? Because they've conquered the North American Indian. They conquered black people. They got them in the ghettos. They got them in the reservations. They got them in the barrios. Now they lift their head high. That's what it's talking about. Continue.
Khan. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have what?
Taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. That's why you see here in America, he has stolen our heritage. That's why we just read Lost Tribes in Promised Land, Black Indians, to show that he stole your culture away from you. That they came here to America knowing who you are, that you were the lost tribes of the nation of Israel, and they stole it from you. Why? So it'd be easier to conquer you. It'd be able to colonize you. That you won't know that a Hispanic or a black man is your brother. Why? Because a North American Indian, you're from Asia. You're from Asia, man. Black people, Africans, y'all got nothing to do with each other. But North American Indians, blacks, and Hispanics, we all had this symbol throughout our lives. The Shield of David, Magan Dawada. You'll find it. I got it from a powwow. North American Indian style medicine bag with fringes having the Shield of David on it. You can see it all throughout their garments, all throughout history, and this has been amongst Black and Hispanic and Native American culture.
That's right.
Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
They said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. That's what we just read in Psalms 2. Psalms, the second chapter. Let's cut them off from being a nation. Let's divide their heritage. Let's throw them all. How we gonna do it? Continue.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
We're gonna do it by making sure the name of Israel is no longer in remembrance. If we take their identity, they'll be wherever we want them to be. Over the last 50 years, 60 years, the black man has had 5, 6 different names. Same as the North American Indian. First, y'all were just niggas. Oh, y'all ain't know that, did y'all? That when they first came to America, you go look up the earliest Webster Dictionary definition of nigger. Guess what? You gonna find a Native American.
That's right.
They called Native Americans niggas first. Then they called y'all savages. Then they what's the word I'm looking for? Politically corrected it and said y'all Native Indians, which just means native savage. Then they're like, now you're a Native American Indian. A little better. You're a Native American savage. Be proud. Go ahead, Doc.
Khan. Psalms 83 verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
They have joined together with one consent, with one deal, with one mission. Go ahead.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom. That's the so-called white man, the oppressor, Esau. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
Ishmaelites, the Arabs, the ones that set up storefronts in all your neighborhoods. Go ahead.
Of Moab.
And Moab. Yo, I need to tell you about the Chinese. Hurry up and buy. What movie was that? Don't Be a Menace. Don't Be a Menace, South Central. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. They have made a confederate against all these nations of the earth. They have benefited of the enslavement of the North American Indian, black and Hispanic man, woman, and child. They have benefited off our enslavement, of our colonization. You know what I mean? They have benefited, and through that, they want to hold their power. So how they do that is by not letting us know our heritage, not letting us know our culture, not letting us know that black people are my brothers.
That's right.
Once you realize black people are your brothers, man, you taking the step a whole nother. You are on a whole another frontier. I remember I told a Native American that. He was like, "Are you saying that black people's struggles are the same as ours?" Like, that's exactly what I'm saying.
That's right.
I looked at him straight with a straight face. I said, "That's exactly what I'm saying. Y'all are in the same exact struggle. You want to know why? Because the same thing they did to black people, they're doing to you. Then they lynch you. Then they enslave you. Oh, you ain't know that, did you? They sent the North Americans out there on slave ships with the Tainos. You gonna read Black Indians, it talks about how the Taino Indians were the first one on slave ships. The so-called Puerto Ricans, the tribe of Ephraim, and they were the first ones to go on slave ships.
That's right.
And guess who put them on there? Columbus. And that started the transatlantic slave trade. North American Indians, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Guatemalans, Panamanians, they were all taken all throughout Europe to be house slaves, to be field masters. But then they realized, oh man, the North American Indians, they ain't too good for the house, man. They light skinned. You know what? That's when they started bringing in the so-called Jews. The Jews, the so-called black people from the west coast of Africa. Drop that for me out and grab me Baruch 3 and 8. That's where we're going to leave off.
Khan.
Because we're going to talk about the land of our captivity now. We're going to talk about what it takes for us as blacks and Hispanics and North American Indians to overcome this place, to overcome this desolation, to overcome this destruction that has been upon us for over 500 years, man. For 500 years, they have benefited off our slaughter and downfall. Go ahead, give that to me, Art.
Khan, Book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold.
Hold that. Lord Christ, sir. Come on, sir. I'm doing my class right now. So like, Lord, sir, they haven't come in yet. All right. Lord Christ, sir. Go ahead, Doc.
Khan, Book of Baruch, chapter 3, verse 8. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse.
Now we are here in our captivity, where Lord has scattered us here in America, the new Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, to be exact. Egypt reborn, the reincarnation of the Roman Empire. Here is America. Why? We're in here for a curse and a reproach. You wanna know why? Because niggas want to be gay. The North American Indians, we want to get high.
That's right.
Because the Hispanics, we want to be white. That's why we're here. We're here for a reproach so we can learn who we are. This is a check-in right here. The Lord is giving us a check-in of a lifetime so you can learn your heritage. So you can be proud to be a nigger. Be proud to be a spick, a wetback, a savage. Be proud, man. Be proud of your heritage. You wanna know why? Because people died for it. Because they stole it off you. Because they raped it off you. Because they beat it out of you. Go ahead, Doc.
And to be subject to payments.
And to be subject to payments, go ahead.
According to all the iniquities of our fathers.
Meaning we're paying for the sins of our fathers. Back in the nation of Israel, we wanted to follow false gods. We wanted to do the ways of the heathen, like we still doing here today. All right, no sweat. In that case, we die of cancer. We're number one. We're number one in the goddamn coronavirus, huh? They said they literally had a TV special out there in New York, and the governor's there like so-called native. It was the presidential one. I remember they said, well, the ones most affected are Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics.
That's right.
That's a camp speaking right there. The ones most affected by white supremacy is blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. It just gave you the tribe chart right there, man. Showing you what? We're paying the debts of our fathers because we want to sin. It's time for you to break the curse. You want to break the curse, man? You come in here and you get yourself right.
That's right.
You come in here and you stop getting high. You stop being a homosexual.
That's right.
You stop being a drug dealer.
That's right.
You stop hating your brothers. You stop pimping your women. You stop doing all the wrong things and you've been doing following America's custom. You stop saluting that flag. You take off the mark of the beast. Go ahead, Ark.
And to be subject to payments according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord our power.
Go ahead.
Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom.
What is this talking about? It's talking about now here that we're in our captivity, give your ear. Don't just scroll past this class. Don't just be like, man, this nigga talking crazy. This Native American, he want to be black, man. I don't give a damn about him. Turn that shit off. That's not what it's talking about. It's saying here, listen. Hear the commandments of life.
That's right.
To understand wisdom. To understand what we've gone through. You want to know why Donald Trump got little kids in dog cages? Come listen to the Bible. It's there. You want to know why we die of drug abuse and gun violence? It's in the Bible. I couldn't believe that when I first heard that. I came to class one day, and they said, we have the answer for everything. And you better believe I asked every single question, and they got answered.
That's right.
I said, God damn. The first question I asked was, why there's so much war and famine? Lord punish it. Lord sends judgment. God ain't all love. I said, God damn, well, that's a cut. You're right. You gave me the scriptures for it and everything. I was like, good night. The Lord, this Bible, man, it's a living book. It's playing on before your eyes. Go ahead, give me verse 10. We're going to get out of here.
Khan. How happeneth it, Israel?
How happeneth who?
Israel.
Who?
Israel.
Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. How's it happen? Go ahead.
That thou art in thine enemy's land.
That thou what?
That thou art in thine enemy's land.
That we're in our enemy's land. That we're in the land of the oppressor. We're in the land of the European. That we are in our enemy's land. That this is the land that the Lord gave us to run away from the Assyrians. And now we're in our enemy's land. This is no longer our land. This is our enemy's land. Go ahead.
That thou art waxing old in a strange country.
Now we're in a strange country. We're here old. We're spending so much time here. Our boots starting to grow roots.
Khan.
We're here for so long now we think we're Americans. Now we're here saluting their flag that they used to slaughter and murder us with. Now we're here dying in their militaries.
That's right.
Fighting in their police force. Go ahead, Doc.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
Now we're sitting amongst the dead. See all these oppressors out here? All these Chinese, Asian, Ishmaelites, all the Arabs, all of them, they firewood, man. Lord's going to destroy this place with nuclear fire. We'll wax among the dead.
That's right.
That's why the scriptures say what? In the valley of death, thou covereth me. I'm paraphrasing again. But in this valley of death, the Lord covereth us, man. Only those in the ISUPK.
That's right.
You don't have to change your life as a North American Indian, as a Hispanic, as a black man. There's only one way to do it. It's in the ISUPK, man. And with that, preaching officer of 500 Kariah, shout out to the young man for helping me out with this class, man. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Man, let's get this video out there. Let's get the knowledge out there to all our brothers and sisters on the reservation.
That's right.
Next time, shalom.